0 skin fade up
Okay.
to, you know, and I don't know, maybe like just take a little bit off the
A
top.
little bit off.
Yeah,
Okay. So
something like
zero
that.
skin fade, a little bit off the top. How high do you like your fades?
Maybe like midway.
About midway. Okay. Cool.
Damn it, Tito. Another one?
What's up, guys? YouTube, what's going on? We're gonna start off as always on the top. Whether you're doing a number 3, you're doing shear work, I usually start on the top, and that's because it allows us to fade into the shape, into the proper length, not having to go back and change what we're fading to. And what you're noticing is I'm just really cutting straight through the middle. He just wanted a trim on top, he didn't want much. So what I did was, because his hair was kind of cut rounded almost with the shear work, I only cut at the very top, almost like a mohawk strip, just to get it to look a little bit more squared. And now we're gonna start to cut the shears, cut the sides, I'm sorry, with the shears, and we're trying to get to finger length because we're preparing this for a ball fade. And so we're always visualizing what the cut's gonna be at the end, and then we're creating a GPS to get there. So, you know, by cutting the shears first and then, you know, getting the length here on the sides to a length where we can easily fade into, that's gonna be it's gonna allow us to understand where our destination is. So now I'm gonna clear the bulk with the 1.5 guard, and then once we've cleared the bulk all the way around, we'll start to create our initial guidelines. Fairly simple in my opinion. It's pretty straightforward. Some people ask all the time. Some people ask, you know, why do you not start from the sides? You know, my customers would look at me like it's weird. And to me, it's fairly simple. You would never start a fade on the sides if your client had this hair length and wanted a number 2 or a number 3 on top. You would literally be going to the wrong destination. And then once you get there, you realize this isn't where you were supposed to be. So then you gotta turn around, do a U-turn, and start all over again to try to find your place. And that's how it ends up being, because a fade is from shortest to longest, it's from lightest to darkest. So could you imagine your darkest point or your longest point changing? You would have to go back and start all over again. It'd be like refading someone. So that's why we always start on top. It's a fairly simple thing, and it's easy to explain to your client. So now we're gonna go ahead and start to ball my man out. He has full ball fade. He drove over 2.5 hours, I believe, to get his cut, man, his YouTube haircut, and I appreciate it so much, because I'll be honest with you, I don't have very many videos left in the chamber. We've been trying to do almost daily content, and the models have been, you know, it's been hard to find for some reason. And it's not well, I know the reason. It's not necessarily that there aren't models, it's just schedules don't really work, and I only have a few days a week that I can, you know, fit people in. So I've been trying to figure it out, man, because I've been trying to do this almost daily content, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it's been honestly hard to keep up. So anyways, it's not because I ain't been working, guys. I've been working. So anyways, we balded him out, and we're gonna follow it up again with the shaver. Shout out to my cousin for the beat, Tito Beats. Link will be in the description. And the shaver we're using today is the Babyliss Foil FX. They got them in silver, they got them in gold. And I love these shavers, man. And if you notice, we were almost going all the way to the initial guideline. Next step is our next guideline. We're gonna use our blade open to create it. And now we're gonna go ahead and start to blend down, starting with my one open, then my one closed, and then we'll use the half guard. And you guys can follow along with the color guide at the bottom left corner. Alright, so that was open. Now we are closed. If you're paying attention to that green lever on the side of the clipper, you'll know when we're open, you'll know when we're closed. So I just opened and closed it just to show y'all. Now it's closed and we're working right beneath where we just left off, working to get rid of that guideline. And you can see it's almost gone, but once we put this half guard on there, you'll definitely see it start to vanish. And there it is. You start to see it come into life little by little. Alright, so we took that half guard off, and we're going to go ahead and start to blend out this bottom line. Gradually closing the lever the lower we go until that bottom line is eventually gone. Now guys, I did vlog the Bronner Brothers show, but it was very, very short. I didn't get to go to all the days. The guys at Tomb 45 held it down. I got to be a part of a panel and walk the floor just a tad bit, but it was my daughter's sixth birthday. It was her birthday weekend, so I wasn't at the show that often, but I'm still gonna vlog. I'm still gonna share it with you guys, and I have another show that I'm going to actually today. I'm doing a voiceover right before I'm supposed to leave to go. Like it's 7:58. I was supposed to leave here at 8, but I gotta finish this voiceover for you guys so I could drop this video today. And I'll be vlogging that expo as well. Alright, so at this point we're all the way closed, and you can see we're really starting to attack that bottom line. And if it doesn't go away, that's fine, guys. Grab your trimmers. You use the trimmers to put the line in. It easily comes out with the trimmer. Alright, so while we're here, we'll go ahead and start to blend the beard in, because the trimmer is also going to take the top line out of this beard blend. Now, he did his own beard, so I left it kind of how he wanted it. We will touch it up a little bit later, but you know, people kind of will shave their beards, you know, and line them up and trim them because they like it how they like it. And they don't necessarily want the barber to do it, because the barber typically doesn't do it how they like it. This is my first time cutting his hair. That's the assumption that I made. Again, I've never cut his hair before, but I can get a clue. You feel me? So you guys can see that I'm dropping it in the back, man. We're contouring it to his head, and I feel like this is the best way to do a blend. Contour to the shape of their head. It helps keep everything squared. It helps you not go too high up into the crown when you're doing your fades. And overall, to me, it's the blend that it's balanced and really complements somebody's head shape. So we did kind of go up a little bit with the trimmer, a little more than I would have liked to, unfortunately. But guess what? We're just gonna touch it up, go a little bit higher with the blade, a little bit open on the clipper, and that's not gonna raise the fade. Just gonna spread it just a tad bit, just to make that blend come out flush. Alright, so at this point we're gonna attack this ridge here. I'm using my number 3, then my number 2, just to soften up that ridge a little bit. Now, some people like that more prominent looking ridge where I'm cutting right now, but typically I think, especially here in the States, we like a softer look. If I would have left that ridge there, you guys would have snapped on me in the comment section if you're here in the States. But you know, some people can appreciate it, and I'll be honest, if somebody shows me a picture with the ridge still there, we're gonna give them the ridge. We're gonna leave it there, more prominent one. But we softened it up with the 3 followed by the 2. You guys can see how it just kind of blends nicely into the top. Again, not cutting out the shape. That shape is there, is created by the shear work, and it looks good. Alright, so now we're gonna use our trimmers to line them up. We're using the Babyless Skeleton FX, and at this point, this is where I stopped, and I took a little screenshot and I shared it in my community, my YouTube community post. But once we put this C cup on here, you'll see how this blend just comes together. And this is without detailing the cut. This is just the first fade. This is just the rough draft. Look how that came out. I like it. I like that blend. He liked it too. Low key, he said it I didn't get a chance to record his reaction, but on the way out, he's like, "Yo, best haircut I've ever had, bro." So, you know how it is, man. That makes you feel good. You work so hard on your craft to become better at it. When people compliment you, it makes your hard work you know, and your dedication to your craft feel that much better. All right, so we're doing the same steps here on this side. We got our initial guideline, our blade open guideline, and we're gonna start blending down with that one open. We now have the one closed. And I'm using my Babyliss custom FXs. I believe if this, people have been asking me in the comment sections lately in my videos, how do you get custom FXs? I believe they're only available at the hair show. So the next one I believe they're available at is ABS Chicago and IBS New York. But if you can't make it to those shows, I think later this year, like second half of the year, they're gonna release the app to the public. So if you can't wait, go to the hair show. If you can't wait, just wait for them to drop the app to the public. All right, so we're using the half guard now to go ahead and start taking out the first guideline. And then once we've done that, we're gonna take the guard off, open up the blade, and start to blend down until we take out that bottom guideline. If you can't take it out with just a clipper, have no fear, grab your trimmer. Your trimmer is here, and you can take out that bottom line. But you gotta go up with the trimmer. You can't just kind of flick at the line, it'll never come out. You gotta go up. A blend is a transition from shorter to longer. You can't really, you can't really just go up a tiny bit and expect the transition to happen, right? So at this point, we're all the way closed. And I'm going open, about 3/4 open, midway, quarter way, all the way closed with the lever, and then filing it up with the trimmer, each little section. So like now I'll start a section and I'm all the way open, then I'll close it up a bit, close it up a bit more, and then I'm all the way closed and then filed up with the trimmer. And this angle right here is super important. It allows you to see how the side of the blend is carrying over to the back of his head, right? We want that blend to just flow nicely all the way around the head. And we're dropping it just a bit back here just to keep that shape around the crown area. And I just think this blend complements his head shape very well. You guys let me know in the comment section if you agree. Alright, so the liner process on this side was a little bit more difficult with the C cup because of the hair growth pattern around his hairline, but nonetheless we got it together and I think it's gonna look really good. And again, this is before we detail. We're gonna go back in detail after we line him up and really bring this fade to the next level, in my opinion.
Damn it, Tito. Another one?
Alright, and at this point, this is the last step that we did on the other side, and it's just to soften up the ridge area, keeping the shape, keeping the clipper squared off the head. Followed with a number 2 open, so we did a 3, the 2 open right underneath that, and then the 2 closed, just to really work this area and get that blend, that fade into the top. And then we'll start to detail the cut. You'll see me jump back to that 1.5 guard, the 1 open, just looking for dark areas to really lighten up so that it looks like a nice balanced fade. Tell you guys all the time, just a reminder, it's all in the details. All right, it's all in the details, guys. Make time in your appointments to be able to detail your cuts. Alright, so we're going to use Tomb 45 shave gel. You can get it at tomb45.com along with the razor that I use, along with all the products that I pretty much use. They're all my brand, Tomb 45. Get it at tomb45.com. And I like always, I appreciate y'all support, man. Just y'all watching the videos, really appreciate it. Alright, so I'm going with the grain first because of the direction that his hair is growing. We want to get any little hair that's going to come off over the outline we created with the trimmer, and then we'll follow it up against the grain like you see here to get it really nice and tight and add some longevity to the lineup. Your customers will appreciate this. I like this beat right here. Alright, and so we're finishing this side with the razor. We'll clean him up a bit around the ears. Really get those little hairs that kind of grow upwards behind the ear. Your customers will appreciate that as well. And so guys, this is the before. This is the before of the cut. This is the after. Sheesh. Hey guys, I appreciate if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. If you like the haircut, you learned something, do smash the like button, man. It helps the channel out so much. And like always, guys, I appreciate you. If you want to be a model for one of my haircuts, you're here in Tampa, go to freehaircutsformen.com. As always, I'll see you on the next video. Almost daily content, road to 500K. Love y'all. See you later.